Hey, what is going on guys, it's Sarge, and in this video, this is going to be week 4 for Nightwave. And before we start, I want to let you guys know that I will be streaming tomorrow for Equinox Prime as soon as it drops. So if you want to chat with me, it should be around 1 PM Eastern time. And I'll also be doing a guide for getting all the pieces of Equinox Prime, as well as the weapon parts that come with it. The video should come out the day after the stream, so you'll be able to check it out then. Now back to the video. To start off, we have complete a mission. This can be passively done with all the other missions that I'm going to talk about in the video. Next up, we have complete 3 assassination missions. You can fight the Sergeant on Phobos, the Hyena Pack on Neptune, or Captain Vor on Mercury. This can be done in about 10 minutes if you kill them instantly, since these bosses don't really have any gimmicks and they can be killed pretty fast. Next up, we have find all the caches and 3 sabotage missions. Using a stealth frame or speed frame on Stribog in the Void can help you speed through the mission pretty fast and find all the caches. This can take about 30 minutes unless your RNG is really good, and you can probably complete this sooner if you're lucky. Next, we have complete 8 bounties in the Plains of Eidolons. You can easily do low level bounties with random players, and this can be done in about 30 minutes depending on the objectives given to you in the bounties, since some of them can be pretty random and force you to stay for 5 minutes, and some of them can be easy as killing a couple of enemies, so it all depends on your RNG. Next up, we have another passive challenge, which is kill 500 enemies. You can do this pretty easily by just doing all the other missions, and you just kill the 500 enemies at random. You can be done with this in a matter of a week, so you don't really have to worry about this too much. But if you do care about getting it out of the way early, you can bring someone like Saren or Mesa, and you could just kill all the enemies in like a defense or an exterminate, and you could be done with this in a matter of minutes. It just depends on what you want to do with the mission. Next up is we have complete 3 spy missions. This can be done easily by doing spy missions on Earth. You could speed run through it with a Loki or a Vault if you don't want to use stealth, but you can do this pretty fast in about 15 minutes, so it all depends on which frame you want to do and how fast you actually want to do it. Next, we have complete 3 mobile defense missions. Again, this is also like the 3 spy missions. You can do Earth again, and you can just take your time with that. Since it's not really that difficult to do Earth missions, you could just sit there and defend it. You won't have to do much work. So if you want to do it fast, you could just do the Earth missions and you'll be done with the mobile defense in about 15 to 30 minutes. Just depends on how fast you run through the mission. Next up, this is a little bit harder. This is unlock 4 Orokin Vaults. This one could be a little bit more challenging, as you will need other teammates to help you unless you do it solo, which will take you a lot of time. But you can go into the recruiting chat and find a squad to help you. You will need the dragon keys, however, for yourself as well, as people don't tend to go into groups without the dragon keys, and you will have to find an actual group that will allow you to do it. This can take you about up to 30 minutes depending on the mission and depending on how fast you find the vaults. The next one to me is kind of the hardest out of all of this list, is complete 4 Halls of Ascension on Lua. For newer players, this is pretty much the challenge rooms that you would find in the Void, but on the moon instead. These are pretty hard for newer players, so I'd really recommend using the recruiting chat and asking for help to learn them, or to get through them as fast as possible, because they can be pretty annoying to do on your first few attempts. This will take 30 minutes to upwards an hour depending on if you know how to do them well or not. Next up, we have complete 3 rounds of Elite Sanctuary Onslaught. You can easily solo queue with a decent DPS frame, and you can be done with this in about 10 to 15 minutes if you have a decent team that know what they're doing. And finally, we have complete 10 nightmare missions of any type. You can easily do missions such as captures and exterminates to get through these pretty quickly. This could take about 30 minutes or even higher depending on the missions you actually choose, so sticking to exterminates and captures can get you through this pretty quickly. So that's all the missions for this week's Nightwave. Do they seem easy to you, and what tier are you on right now? Leave your answers down in the comments below. And with that, I'm going to wrap up today's video, guys. That will be the video for today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you learned something useful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more Warframe content, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.